Well, here we are in Northern California in Oakland, and Marines have come in for Operation Urban Warrior, what should be deemed Operation Desensitization of the Population. And they have their role players, they have their fake camps set up, you name it. We're going to take you in and show you what's happening.
Well, I think terrorism is being practiced on the residents of the city of Oakland because many of the retired teachers, retired military people have informed me that they understand what's going on, and it's not anything that relates to humanitarian training whatsoever. This is a psychological, as we in the research community say, this is a psyops. They're preparing people for what is coming, not what is being presented today.
So you're saying they're preparing people to accept it with incrementalism?
That is correct. Like the old frog example. You know, you put the frog in the water and you just gradually continue to raise the heat on the water until the frog is cooked. That's the way it works. The problem is that the local people in general just will not take their heads out of the sand. And they don't realize that when the head's in the sand, the other part of the body is totally exposed to problems. And I don't care. If I'm just the only person screaming like the voice in the wilderness, if I'm only the Paul Revere of Oakland, I'm going to tell everyone I can, listen, we have a serious problem.
And it's called a police state.
It's called a police state.
After all the evidence you've seen in the last hour and a half, how could you deny what's going on? Well, if this hasn't convinced you, get ready. Local police in Alameda and Oakland working with the military, the U.S. military, the U.S. Marine Corps and Urban Warrior, as well as foreign troops, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, foreign troops right there on your screen. And having, speaking of screens, computers, satellites, tracking and watching. Meanwhile, the cameras are going up. It's time for us all to realize what's happening here. There you have it, tracking the population. My friends, this is totally unconstitutional, and looking at a historical reference, it is terrifying to see military working with police, then you add in foreign troops, paid actors saying, we're Americans, you can't do this to us. They're conditioning the police, the military, and the public. Think about it. It's clear the American people have been designated the enemy. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it's the federal government that is destroying the sovereignty of this nation, the United States of America. It is their problem. They're the crisis. They're the threat. They're the terrorist. And I'm sad to see our military and our police being merged, and to see them changing from peace officers and defenders of the country into thugs and bullies for the bureaucrats and their foreign banker globalist controllers.
Would be a microchip or a monitor that would be placed on each Marine that would monitor their vital signs. You work the same way as the person locator, if you want to call it that, where a doctor or a medic or a foreman could monitor from a safe distance everybody's vital statistics, their blood pressure, their heart rate, their body temperature. Why is that important? The way it works now is when a squad goes on patrol, they'll have a medic with them.
They're expecting resistance, and what they get is CNN with cameras.
That woman lives there. Maybe her children are home sleeping. Saying, hey, they're going in there. I'm going to go in and rescue my kids, right? In the past, that might be interpreted as a hostile act. One of the technologies that makes you nauseous. In the past, in a situation like that, she might have been shot. In the future, we want to give our Marines non-lethal options where they can say, no, she's not armed, maybe threatening, but I don't want to kill her, or I don't want to kill him, or them. Use your sound wave rifle, I guess you could call it, and down they go.
You guys have heard of the sticky gun?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen that. Trying to come up with new stuff now for crowd control, etc. You got a group of civilians that keep trying to break through a barrier. Instead of unloading with a saw into them, you just have a sticky gun. All of a sudden, boom, they can't move. all kinds of things that the Marine Corps and the United States military is trying to do to minimize the amount of people that have to be killed.
Yeah, him in prison, huh?
Now you're going to see an execution.
So you can see, she went running there saying, I live here. Oh, but there's a prisoner. That's a hopeless smile. Typical of what you see in an urban environment, people hanging out, doing nothing. And as we know, idle time is the devil's hands. Right? We've been saying people don't have jobs, they don't have a home to go to, or a home that they want to go to, so they just hang out all day long. You have a local religious leader over there in the Nun. You have a church right here. You have some Marines conducting an interview over here, it looks like. Right now everything's calm. Everybody seems to be content. But at any minute, this could erupt into a riot.
We were in Oak Knoll for 5 days in Oakland, California. But the footage you're seeing was amateur. You see, the media was taken on a staged tour. And you'll see some of our footage later. This is the guided tours for the public during the exercises. And when the Marines have a problem, or when the police have a problem dealing with the civilians, they call in the backup, and the battle begins. Oh, by the way, I hope you enjoyed seeing the foreign troops earlier, helping keep the Americans under control.
To the large number of people arriving, you will experience a short delay. Please remain calm and cooperate so that we can process you into the camp faster. Attention, attention, attention. Due to the large number of people arriving, you will experience a short delay. Please remain calm and cooperate so that we can process you into the camp faster. Please cooperate with all personnel.
Hey, doodgemaak! Hè? Jelkens! Ja! Wat is het? Weet ik niet, ik zie het niet. Weet je dit? Ja? Wat? Hé, hou ook het dak in de gaten! Wat? Het dak! Niet die op dak, niet die op dak. Nee, maakt niet uit. Ze moeten voor het dak in de gaten houden daar. Wat jij?
Now watch how they treat this civilian. Boom! They kick him. Get out of there. He scurries past the foreign troops from the Royal Netherlands, and then they, in SWAT team style, stacked up, get ready to raid and kick in the doors. Besides, these people are lazy. They have to be dealt with. You heard the Marine Corps officer earlier, didn't you?
I need to see your commanding officer. I need to see your commanding officer right now.
I'm very glad to see that the humanitarian assistance is going well. When the police can't handle it, they just call in the foreign troops. Everything's okay, working together, speaking English, speaking foreign languages, working with police speaking English.
Hey, otherwise we're going to overwhelm them, you know.
Get
Attention, attention, attention. American forces are here to help. Remain calm. We will not tolerate civil disobedience. Attention, attention, attention. American forces are here to help. Please remain calm. We will not tolerate civil disobedience.
Let's move right in the middle of the experiment. Need you to move. Need you to move. Oh, look. I need you guys to move, man. I'm not seeing it. Zoom in down there.
Notice the defensive posture, ladies and gentlemen, of the tanks surrounding the camp. We were run off during our staged guided tour. We were told later by internal sources they were staging a defense of the camp. Someone was going to try to free people, and that can't be allowed.
How's it going over at the camp?
Well, very well. Guys are in a bit exercises now. They do very well.
So the camp situation's going good with the disarmament and things?
Oh, yeah.
Because we saw them over there disarming people. Is that what the exercise is?
Yeah, exercise now, yeah.
Fantastic. Where are you from, sir?
Well, Holland.
Oh, okay.
From the Dutch Marines.
Now, this poor fellow is going to be taken into the mock police station, handcuffed, and then transported to the camp for his best interest. Again, he must be a dangerous extremist. I have rights. I have rights. Please. I have rights. Staging for a big offensive against the civilians. It's so much fun.
All the trash turned upside down. Yeah, it's motion. It'll fucking track sniper fire. Sniper round lands near it, it'll fucking automatically track it. There, sir. Place a couple on the deck of your feet. Leave your backpack, please. Place your backpack right next to the one, please. Take a step backwards. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Colonel Love.
Sir, is this where you take the digital photos?
Yes, sir. That's the station. We take digital photos here. I send them straight over to Sergeant Smith, and he processes it, and he puts them on ID cards, sir.
Oh, so the people coming into the camp get ID cards?
Yes, sir.
City of Green. Who's the mayor of Green?
It's George Brown.
We have someone purporting to be the mayor of Boolean. Do you know who the mayor of Boolean is?
Jerry Brown.
Can you tell me where you acquired the helmet?
Someone just gave it to me. I just put it on.
Where did they give it to you?
It was laying on the field, and someone just handed it over to me. I was in the run.
Y'all move on through, please.
Where we got on the helicopter.
Well, as usual, the Army officials would not let us view the entire interrogation. As you heard, they told us to get out of there.
You guys know I'll take care of to process the acid.
Camp, there's a few rules and regulations that you must abide by. One of them, no weapons is allowed upon aboard the camp. This ID card that you have on your person needs to stay out where we can see you. These are the only means we have to identify you. Okay? If you have family members, we need you to keep your family members together as you are ultimately responsible for them. And if you have any questions out there, please ask one of the Marines. Feel free to ask one of the Marines, and they'll be glad to help you, answer any questions you might have.
Can you say that one more time again? I just missed the first part.
If If you have any questions, please contact one of the Marines out there, and they'll answer any questions you might have. Okay. Shower hours are going for children from 4 to 6 p.m., for women from 6 to 8 p.m., and for men from 8 to 10 p.m. Okay?
Well, thank you very much. You've been very informative and very courteous. I really appreciate it.
Thank you much. Does anybody have any questions?
What are the camp rules one more time?
There's a few regulations you must abide by while on this camp. No weapons will be tolerated on the camp, and no disturbances will be tolerated on the camp either.
Do you have some way to quarter or corral these folks?
Yeah, that's another great question. I've got to tell you that in an actual environment, we would work very, very closely with local government. If this was a domestic crisis like an earthquake or a fire, then we would be working very, very close and hand in hand with FEMA and the American Red Cross, for example. And they would be in here helping us, or we would be actually helping them. If we were doing this, let's say in a Somalia or a Bangladesh or some other foreign country that had invited us in, then certainly we would be working with other non-governmental organizations and private organizations, and certainly government organizations.
Internationally, like the United Nations?
Certainly. You bet. We would really be here to provide support to them. Is there a concern that there may be terrorists or someone who might not be welcome in the camp, coming into the camp? Yes, certainly. That's why the first thing we do is we make sure that there are no weapons coming into the camp. Once they get into the camp, they'll come through the processing tent, but we do get some information from them so that we can track other family members. We talk to them, and we would certainly try to identify any known or suspected terrorists and separate them out from the rest of the group. We actually have a place where we would separate them. There are collection points where we would collect enemy prisoners of war, and then they would be evacuated to the rear.
Oh, to a secure facility.
To a secure, sure. We want to protect them too.
Okay. I need to speak with Major Braddock or your security chief. Your security chief Mueller.
Can you find out for him?
I need to get to the town mayor. She's in a meeting.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring those two in.
You need an escort?
Take it.
Got it.
Yeah.
When are we going to get paid?
Thank you.
We need to get paid. When are we going to get paid? Let us out there, Bob.
Let us out of here.
You can get it off the screen.
Yeah. Can you point out the enemies on the screen?
Yeah, again, here's the red icons are an example of an enemy unit there. And again, we're using Mill Standard 2525 symbology, which is a little bit new to the military right now.
And that's the criminal group?
Well, again, it could be an enemy unit or it could be an unknown unit. It could be just a civilian group. We don't know. Again, it depends on how it's reported, and that's just an example.
So, this is the criminal group. This is the terrorist group. This is a civilian group. This is an infantry unit. Who's the infantry?
Could be an enemy infantry unit, unknown size and type.
Okay.
If I see a group of enemy infantry and I don't know what size and type it is, it's just an unknown enemy unit.
So we've got terrorists, we've got criminal groups, we've got infantry groups, and there's an armored vehicle that the enemy has?
Correct.
Sam, your ID is ready up for the
Okay, these guys have plastic handcuffs available. You see it in the gentleman's mouth right there. He's got a plastic handcuff. These are handcuffs that are used to control dissidents. You see he's turning it into a handcuff by looping one through the other. And they'll be used to put on a person's hands. Basically, this is a place where people are identified. Here's the plastic handcuffs right here.
We're interfering with the exercise at this point, okay?
They won't tolerate civil disobedience. This is a place where they're going to use the plastic handcuffs. Again, you see them right here in the soldiers' hands. This is where people are restrained, identified as possible terrorists.
Let's go, please.
This is a site that we've been warned away from by the people operating this. They don't want us to see people restrained in handcuffs. This is something that they don't want us to be able to video.
I'm not going to bring a foreign officer up and have me insulted. Okay?
Insulting?
Yeah.
Who did I insult?
Well, I'm not saying you did, but you're getting close. Okay? So I'm not going to do that. If you're going to interview, I'll be more than happy to do
How
that.
did I get close? I mean, I'm just curious.
Yeah. You're asking him. You know what you're doing. So that's all I'm saying.
I was asking about the UN.
Okay. I will get a
said it in the
foreign officer for you, and he was on UN duty.
So a lot of the older people are getting out of the Marines.
Basically, it's all going to a younger type of person.
Oh, they've actually changed.
Well, it's mainly more young people are being involved with the new time of change, a change of time.
So, guys, is the main assault about to start?
Pretty soon here. Pretty soon.
So they just basically let us see the soft stuff, huh?
Right.
You said right?
Yeah.
So y'all are about to go in and take out the terrorists, huh?
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
Who are the terrorists? Who's the main complement of terrorist?
What's that?
I mean, basically, we just saw the soft stuff. Y'all are about to go in and do a major assault?
Exactly, yeah. We're going to go in, we're going to hit the terrorists, take them out. They've been causing some problems, roll them with the vehicles for support.
Who are the terrorists?
Who are the terrorists?
Yeah.
They got a faction in there that's causing some trouble.
Is that the orange?
What's that?
The orange group? You're green and they're orange?
The green for us.
So basically, what's going on right now? The other forces can't handle it. They're about to send y'all in?
Exactly. 1-5's going to be sending us in, and we're going to hit the last two buildings where the faction's going to be held at. And we're going to rush in there with our scouts. We're going to hit them hard, take them out.
So y'all are doing almost like a SWAT-type city exercise.
A raid.
So you're doing a special weapons and tactics.
Exactly.
Just like police, but with bigger, more firepower.
Pretty much like SWAT. We're going to go in, we're going to raid, we're going to hit them hard, and then we're going to pull out.
So y'all are going in to kill. This right now is peacekeeping that's going on right now. Y'all are going in to kill
terrorists.
Kill terrorists, right?
Exactly.
Wow, that's something else. Hey, Mike, let's come up there. I don't know if I'm getting all this. I saw some people being arrested and frisked and slammed down on the ground down there at the base. What's going on there?
They're probably most likely just giving up resistance, saying, you know, we don't want help. They're probably pushing people around, stuff like that.
Oh, so if during the evacuation period,
you can counter hostiles.
So they forcibly take people to the camp
if they're being hostile. Yes.
What about the folks that are wearing black and are posing as police officers? What's their role?
I'm not sure.
They are police officers. To my knowledge, those are police officers, Oakland Alameda Police.
So they're police action?
We have full support for this training operation from the Oakland Police Department, basically
Yes,
from
sir.
all the civic people here. So
Oh, I understand that, absolutely. Marines are just training with the Alameda Police Department.
that's more likely what's going on there, just to get used to working hand in hand with the police force. That's a lot of what goes on in today's world.
What would you do if people in America were upset about getting their weapons taken away? Would you guys ever go and help the government take their weapons away? And we don't have to have this.
I won't answer that question.
Okay.
We'll turn the camera on.
Well, that's Oakland, California, ladies and gentlemen.